Okay. Welcome to Coffee Talk. We are here with a very special guest. We are here with somebody who actually tried to murder me. I thought I would invite him on, and we could talk about that early on in the episode. But I figured I would give him another chance. You know, let him have a redemption arc.
Yeah, round two,
Round two. You're gonna try again.
redemption.
So grab a cup of coffee, grab a cup of tea, or a martini. This is Coffee Talk.
Let's go.
Okay. Well, our guest today, in case you do not know, is none other than Dano, my boyfriend.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
My boyfriend, the chef that you see in many a TikTok, many an Instagram story.
Which to be, I know nothing of. Like I don't even know like how like the level of popularity I have. Like I still think
I feel like that's so true. You probably have no idea how everyone sees you.
Zero.
That's true.
Yeah.
You probably have no idea.
Nope.
I have all the control. The power is addicting. To have
Yes,
this much power.
queen. Let's go. Let's do it. Where's my camera? This is my camera. Yes.
Did you just yas queen me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Babe, what are you drinking currently in your mug? He's clearly giantsed out. I didn't realize how red and blue you were right now until this very moment.
Babe, do you know me or what?
Oh, this is a lot.
Am I repping or what?
Okay. We're in our PJs. We're having a PJs episode. This is clearly a late night episode, so not our typical coffee order, but what are you drinking?
I am sipping the tears of my enemies.
Okay, let's have a real conversation.
No, this is I have a little bit of whiskey and some ginger. Whiskey ginger.
Okay.
Indeed, yes.
And I am drinking rum, which we got a bottle of rum, and all of a sudden we are really enjoying rum these days.
All of a sudden we have like Pirates of the Caribbean over here. Like
we are Captain Jack Sparrow.
Where's me rum?
So I'm drinking that and the Siciliana
Okay,
soda.
yeah.
The blood orange. There's nothing I love more than like a good blood orange soda.
Yeah, those like Pellegrinos, like
I like that
those
taste.
are really good.
Yeah, I like that. I like mixing those with. Also, I don't know if it's just like.
It's like healthy soda.
I feel like now, ever since I stopped drinking soda, every time I drink it, it's like it's my like guilty pleasure, but it's also I could taste the syrup in it really strong. So even when I sip it like once, I'm like, okay, like 1 cup is enough because it feels thick to me. Yeah. These types of like sodas don't feel like that to me.
Yeah, it's like it's like
they feel just more like seltzer with like more flavor.
Yeah, it's like a true like it's made with real juice. Real juice and real soda.
Oh yeah, it tastes like something not made in our country. It doesn't taste like it's trying to kill us. That's probably why.
No, well, imported is the best.
Imported like you, babe.
See what you did there.
Like you, babe.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm just plain old American trash.
Yeah,
homegrown trash.
Yeah, you're full of all the toxins and the stuff that the FDA is trying to hide away from us.
Yeah, everything that they threw on a Long Island beach, I just like grew out of and fermented.
That looks good enough. Let's replant it. Let's keep on. Yeah, let's do this again. Sure, why not?
So, babe, let's jump into the
episode. That was one of my questions too. Should I call you babe or should I be like Miss Badea? Like, thank you, Miss Badea. Or should I be like Diana? Or should I be like, is this? I'm trying to know like.
Should I call you chef?
Yeah. You have.
All right. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yes. If anybody doesn't know how we met, he was my boss, so he technically was my chef.
Can we get into that story?
We can. I feel like maybe we should start with it so people actually get to know us.
Yeah. I mean, I don't work there anymore, so I'm good. Like, I don't, can't fire me. I quit, dude.
First, let's start with how this is a redemption arc. Just a real quick story. I'm sitting with my attempted murderer. I feel like it's like really brave of me to bring you on. Like I really wasn't expecting to have you here, but I figured like I should confront my fears head on, and like you never know when you may be sharing the bed with your killer. And statistically, the person that you spend the rest of your life with is the one most likely to kill you. And Dano proved that true because I get panic attacks. And, I told him, I said, babe, I'm having a really tough time sleeping. And like any normal person,
I know what this is.
any
I was like, where's
normal
this going? But I know
person
exactly.
would like, sure, babe, let me come up with a remedy.
I did. I did.
So this man gets me melatonin, which is fine. Totally fine, totally normal. That's exactly where you think this would go. He's going to get me melatonin. That is so kind of you to think of me. I'm taking this melatonin I'm taking it religiously. It says take one. I'm like, cool. I hope one is enough. So then sometimes like I would pop two.
Yeah, because you were having like really a really tough time sleeping.
Yeah, I have like a panic attack disorder.
Yeah,
where like I get panic attacks very
wake up in the
viciously
middle of
and
the
violently.
night and like you couldn't sleep and you were complaining about it a lot. You were
Right.
just like, baby, I can't sleep. And I
Yes,
was like,
but the difference is
let me help, let me assist you.
okay, yes, I
Miss
asked to
Bedea.
sleep, not to be launched into the stratosphere.
Well, it's melatonin's
This
a drug.
man
It's a drug.
gives me these melatonins. I go to bed.
Did they work?
That's not the point. I go to bed, and when I tell you I was hallucinating, lucid dreaming, this man could have gone to the club, gone out with other women, probably did, I'll fucking find out, and come home and laid back in bed with me, and I wouldn't have known. And I am statistically very a light sleeper, naturally, right?
Right, yeah.
And like...
Hence why...
Right.
I got you those, and like legit like melatonin, like gummies. It wasn't like
melatonin gummies. I get it.
It wasn't like THC or weed gummies. It wasn't like that. It was like legit, like
yes,
off the like over the counter.
Yeah, no, it was regular gummies. But here's the difference: is that I then get like a sponsorship in the mail from a supplement company. They want me to make a UGC video for them. So they give me like a few different bottles of things, and one of them was a melatonin gummy.
And you were like, score.
And I was like, oh my God, amazing. I'm going to try these out and see if I like them. I go to bed that night. I check out these melatonin gummies. I take two. It says take two. I'm like, cool. I notice like my sleep is a little bit more soft. I'm not necessarily like running through outer space. You're
staying within the stratosphere.
I'm in the stratosphere.
Yeah.
I might just be hovering above the Earth's atmosphere. Maybe I'm atmospheric.
Yeah, you're just hovering. You're hovering.
I'm hovering. You know, I would say I'm even hovering us. I feel like I'm so soft and angelic. I'm like protecting our vibe. And I woke up and I was like, wow, I feel like I liked those better. I never thought that I would be able to tell a difference. But interesting, like, what would be the difference between these? I look on this mother effing label. This man, the melatonin gummies that he had given me that I was 3/4 of the way done with that. Like, I should have been dead.
Yeah, you're almost like...
I'm almost done with them.
Yeah.
This new bottle that I got from this other supplement company, when I take 2 gummies, that equals 5 milligrams per serving.
2 equals 5?
So it's like, yeah,
like
so it's like,
half,
so it's like 2.5
grams.
milligrams of melatonin.
Milligrams, not even grams.
Yeah.
Milligrams?
Yes.
Yeesh.
Per gummy.
All right.
The one you got me is 30 milligrams per one gummy. 30.
Baby, again, did they work?
You were trying to kill me.
All right, first of all, let's
Baby, I wasn't asleep. I was in a coma every night.
You know what were the options? It was like either, what was it, 35 you said? 35?
What?
The ones that I got you.
I think it's 30 or 35.
30, 35, right?
But like
and they had another
2.
one. All right. You took 2 of the 35?
I think like a few nights I was like, oh, I gotta fall asleep.
I took 2 of those bad boys. And then like you wake up, what day is it?
But I remember I was having such a tough time waking up. I was like, I like them. Remember I would call you?
Yeah.
I was like, I like the melatonins, but like,
yeah,
damn, like I can't. I'm glued to the
Yeah,
mattress.
you were heavy. Yeah. Like as far as like, it's like groggy. Groggy. Like
Sometimes Dano has an
words.
issue with like some English words. I feel like you can't.
Yeah, because I'm always like, again, like I work in the industry in the kitchen, so like I'm always speaking Spanish, and there's certain words in Spanish and in English that is just like for me, like it's hard. I don't even say translate, but even to like to say. So I say words that like don't even exist, and I'm just like, yeah, sounds right. Like I'm, you know what I'm trying to say? There you go. You know what Travis says? Travis is like, I speak Dano fluently.
That's so true, though.
Yeah, yeah.
You do
He's
have
like,
your
I know,
own
yeah, I know what you're trying to say. And I'm like, you got it, good. I don't even,
Danoisms.
yeah, I don't even need to try. But
Yeah.
but even with that, like I was trying to get you like the 35 or 30, and there was like another like a lower one, like 20 milligram, and I was like, she's trying to go to sleep. Like she needs my help. So I legit got you those, and I was like, and I was even thinking about it like in comparing it to like weed gummies and stuff like that. And I was like, damn, like 100 milligrams is heavy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh, well, 35 is like, it's a nice high. You know what I mean? I was like, it's a nice, it's a nice buzz.
I wasn't.
But you know what I mean? But like, I didn't know that melatonin hit you that differently. I don't know. Like, hey, it was all
Yeah.
in
Now
the,
I now see.
in the
I think
good.
I've just figured out the issue,
It was
though.
all within the good.
Because like you like to smoke weed, and I feel like maybe you are thinking of it as like a high thing,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
I
Like
don't.
I can function. I can do 35 milligrams. I can function.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to like work a little bit. But I don't want like an experience. I feel like you want me. She were like, this one's gonna give her the ride of her life. Like, I don't need
Like
that.
you are definitely like she's falling asleep on this one. You know what I mean? Like she needs to sleep. I'm helping her.
Oh my god, no! But these ones are really good because I actually felt with the other ones it took me a while to go to sleep, but once I was out, it was like I was out. These ones I fall asleep within like 5-10 minutes,
That's not bad.
which
though.
is good.
That's not bad though.
But speaking of the kitchen, you talked about what it's like working in the kitchen. So,
Yeah.
do you want to tell the story of how we met, like an abbreviated version,
Yeah.
to the audience from your point of view?
Yeah. I
And
think.
tell it right.
Yeah. Tell it right.
Tell it
Listen.
right because sometimes I like to jump in on this story, but I understand you don't like that, so I'm gonna let you.
No, it's not even that I don't like that. It's like we both have like different point of views, different
We sure
perspectives.
do.
So like, and you're already thinking like towards the bad things, towards like the. All right, listen. So I
Bad
used
things.
to. Yeah. I used to work. We used to work in a company in a restaurant. I was the sous chef at the time. And I've told you this numerous times. I remember the first day you came for training, like when you came and you had like your
Aura, ladies, aura, aura.
uh, yeah, and everybody was like sort of like talking about you. It was like you, like some other chick, like some other like older lady,
Yeah, older lady. Yeah.
and she was like
She was a
out there.
trip.
She's like, yo, what's up, guys? Like
She
that kind of
was,
energy.
yo,
You're like, what's she like going in the
yeah.
kitchen? Was like, what's up? What's going on? High fiving guys. I was like, all right, pipe it down.
Yeah.
I think like a gym, like you came like you came out the gym or some shit like that. I remember. But yeah, you were working with us, and I remember the where we started to like click was like those Saturday like morning shifts. It would be like you and like a few other like servers. You were front of the house, I was back of the house. And we'll start with the coffee bit, like as far as like, hey Diana, you're gonna make me a coffee.
Guys.
Are you gonna make
coffee?
Are you gonna make me a coffee? And then uh Revita, she'd be like, yeah, you're gonna make me a coffee. She was like the one she used to egg shit on so much.
She really wanted us together.
She did.
Yeah.
She did. Like hi to her, like where
Hi, Revita.
yeah. It started with that, like, and we were flirting. You were a hot mess. I was a hot mess as well. We both were.
Yeah.
Like I was like going through my own shit at the time. You were as well. But just like fast forward with like flirting and just like trying to like see if again I was a sous chef, so and I was trying to like make it obvious. But yeah, so then I had a situation where I needed a place to live, and we were having like a music conversation about hip hop. We were talking about Logic, Eminem, talking about like just like kind of hip hop that we like. And I felt comfortable after that conversation to be like, hey, listen, I'm going through this situation where I just like didn't have a place to stay, not a place like steady. And you was like, let me see what I can come up with. Like that week, I think it was, that you came up to me and you was like, hey, listen, I found out like one of my friends is looking for a roommate. You know, we were living in like in the 150s, like Hamilton Heights
Yeah.
by that time. You live in like 150, 151st.
Yeah. Well, don't dox me.
Well, no, I'm just saying. Like, no, that's fine. I was living in the 150s too. Like, you know what I mean? But like, and yeah, like, and it was like 2 blocks away from where you were at. And he was like, "Hey, listen, I'll set up an appointment." Like, and eventually I got the place. And in order for me to thank you, I was like, "Hey, let's go out for some drinks. You know, thank you very much. I appreciate it." And we did. Went out for some drinks. I was very respectful, very a gentleman,
Very mindful, very demure,
very,
very cutesy.
I was very demure.
You were very demure. That's
I
actually,
was.
I honestly, I would say that that's a perfect word to describe you on the first moment that we had.
I was very
Cheers,
demure.
cheers to being demure and mindful.
Demure and mindful.
Good
And a gentleman.
good guys do finish first.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
I saw his face start changing.
Like,
No.
and yeah, and then we went out for some drinks. I was very, very respectful. And then yeah, it was just like we sort of like we made out towards the end of the night, and we like started like messing around. And yeah, it was just like one of
And
these.
you remember what I say all the time that like this during that end of the night, and I cannot stress this enough because I could talk about like I feel like I could talk about how we got together for forever, but like I always just want to stress to like any women listening that I would say that day, like looking back at it now, the feeling that I felt when we were messing around, the one thing that stood out to me was like I like you said, like we were hot messes, and I was really trying to be good with myself and say like I don't want to just like get in bed with somebody like immediately just because I'm like going through shit, or I'm not like happy where I'm at right now and my life is a mess. And I was basically like, no, we have to like stop. Like I don't want to go through with this. And the answer that I was expecting from you, because I had gotten it so many times from like other immature men, was always like, okay.
Oh, really? Like, come on,
like even like they would say like it's okay, but you can tell that they felt like jaded or like disappointed. And you said something that was like the feeling of like through everything I've been through, like the feeling of just like relief and safety that I had never felt before. And looking back at it now, where we are at, I would honestly probably say that might have been like the moment that I think I started falling in love with you, because I was like, nobody's ever said that to me. He basically said, he's like, okay, I'm not expecting anything from you. And that alone, I'm not expecting anything from you, Diana. Like, I just want to enjoy your company. I felt like I was being looked at as more than just like meat, more than just like a body.
Because you're apologetic. You're like, "I'm sorry, I can't do anything." I'm like, that's fine. Like, I'm not expecting anything out of this like moment. Like, we had a great time.
It was so relieving.
Yeah, it was like, you know what I mean? Because it was what it was for me. Like, I wasn't even trying to, again, the whole point of like us going out, it was really like a thank you. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you helped me out immensely at that time. And, you know, we were having some like, we were like flirting like lightly, and, you know, it was like, obviously there's some interest in each other.
Yeah.
But nothing for me to be like, yo, what's up, ma? Like, yeah, what up, yo? You got me that joint? Yo, what's up? Really good? Like, I'm not like
and
that.
I hate that. I hate guys that are like that.
You know,
I really hate guys that are too like flashy about. I hate anybody who's like that. Anybody who's like so flashy about like who they're not who they're hooking up with, but like to the person, like you have almost like they're like peeing on territory. Like in public.
Yeah.
I like PDA, but like that it never seems like it's for the person. It seems like it's for your ego, and I hate that. Somebody else was like that. Oh, I don't want to bring that up, but somebody.
See, but I'm not egotistical person. I'm not, like, you know what I mean. Like, I'm just more like, I think about the other person's feelings and how they feel, and then I'm like, okay, if I can behave within those lines, then I will. In all aspects of like my day to day. But back then it was just like a really genuine like thank you. And then anything after that was a plus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like in hindsight at this moment.
Yeah.
And it was legit. Like I wasn't expecting anything. I wasn't expecting. I was like, I'm gonna go out with this chick tonight, and then I'm hoping that I get lucky.
Yeah,
It
no.
wasn't. It wasn't like that. It was more like if
I
it
f-
happens, it happens. It's fine. But I'm not.
I felt super valued.
Yeah.
Like very valued.
Yeah.
And plus, like throughout the time that we were sitting down, you like didn't touch me at all. And I was like texting my roommates. I was like, I went out with him thinking like, oh, maybe we would end up being like more than friends,
No,
or maybe
nothing.
we would cross a line. And then I was like, oh, he doesn't even like me.
Yeah.
But it was just,
yeah.
I was like, and I always say
Yeah.
like, that just goes to show like what absolute assholes I was dealing with beforehand, where like you were being kind and respectful, and I was like, this guy doesn't even like me. Like he's not doing nothing.
Yeah, this guy, he's gay.
I was like, this guy's gay.
Like,
He's being so respectful. He must be gay.
This guy's gay. He's not even looking at me.
I'm about to set him up with a friend. Like,
with the roommate. I'm gonna set him up with
set
a
him up with
roommate.
my roommates. No, that's so. But yeah, so that's kind of like our summed up story for the most part. And then now we've been together. We missed our anniversary.
Yo, can we talk about that? Can we talk about that?
We miss our anniversary every single year.
And it's not. And here's the reason why, right? I think because like there was again we were hot messes. Like let's keep it honest.
I just want to preface something, and I'm going to let you finish.
No, please, yeah.
It's not, I feel like whenever somebody hears like, oh, they're missing their anniversary, they assume like the guy is being careless. And I'm the first one to call that bullshit out. You guys know that. But I cannot stress this enough. Like we both, for some reason in our relationship, like it's not an important day to me.
It's not, I don't even think it's that. I don't think that there was like one legit day where it was it was just like, hey, do you want, I did that to you. Like, hey, do you want to be my girlfriend? But the day is not something that I was like, we were just going through our own stuff at the time.
I'll continue talking, baby. Sorry, everyone. I'm switching the microphone around. I feel like I'm breaking my neck trying to talk into this.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
I just want to be looking at you when we talk. Yeah. This to me feels better. A little. Better. I feel.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. Yeah, I feel like our situation at the time was sort of all over the place. And we were both in this, well, especially me, I was like, do I want to be with her? Do I like her that much? Like, should I make a relationship out of this? Should I not? Should I like just like in this like I was like a little wishy-washy, but not in a negative way. I was just like, I was trying to look out for myself as well. You know what I mean? So
I did feel like you were kind of trying to look out for me. I mean, like I was also getting relationship advice from people that sucked at relationships, and they were like, he's playing you, and I was like, I have a gut feeling for when I feel like I'm lying to myself and being played, and I was like, I genuinely feel like our connection is real, but he doesn't know if he's going to feel different in 2 months.
Right.
And he doesn't want to lead me on about how he's feeling currently and then in 2 months have to break my heart over it. So that's why I got why you were wishy-washy.
Yeah, because we had like genuine, like honest conversations.
Yeah.
It'll be like, and I'll tell you this, like one of the first times like in my life where I had like a relationship where I was like, hey, this is how I feel, like 100%. This is what's going on, and like I don't know how I feel about this. Like I really like you, I really do, I really like you.
Oh, fuck off! I hated that.
And
I
then,
like you. No.
Like I really like you.
I really like it. Was
that's
it
like
was,
the spectrum of between like and love. I was like in between that gray area between like and love.
But it got to a point where I was
because it's like really like.
But you said it so often that I was like, don't even tell me that anymore, because I was like, I know I'm making you fall in love with me, and now you're terrified.
But so we went through that, and then like it's just like when we felt like we were together. So then when it was official, it was just like, yeah, it's been official. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it
felt like long overdue. We were like, that was so stupid. Why didn't we just make this official like months ago?
Right, exactly. So then that's why and then every year we just like, it's around this time. You know what I mean? Like, because it's around September, like first week of football. It's like that's how it is. It's like I remember like you asked me out, and then we went to like the Giants game, and it was like see a Giants game. It was like around first, second week, and I'm like, all right, it must be the second week of football. Like,
And I feel like a lot of girls kind of feel this way too, and a lot of guys, like I always say from girls' point of view, but like
Mhm.
when sometimes you guys go on dates with people and you hang out, and then it's like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow?
yeah,
Oh, hey, what are you doing the next day? And then all of a sudden you're seeing each other, 4 out of the 7 days a week
right,
for 3.5 months, and then you're like, what are we so afraid of? Like, we've been together since like the week we started seeing each other. So it
yeah,
feels kind of stupid to be like, oh yeah, 5 months later, now's our anniversary.
right. Like now it's official, and like, and we're doing the same. Yeah.
Like I don't consider any of the dates that we currently have. I'll consider our wedding date our official anniversary.
So let's talk about the Giants. And the
Uh-huh.
Giants, they're facing a very
It's
hard
okay.
opponent.
Here's the thing. Listen, everybody listening already knows my thoughts
Baby,
on getting
everybody that's
married.
not listening knows your thoughts. Our neighbors know your thoughts.
Of course they do. Oh yeah, our neighbors have. Well, I'm not gonna say that.
No. You finish that
No,
that thought
no.
right now.
Our neighbors are definitely involved in our marriage conversation,
Oh God.
but not because of me.
Oh,
Uh huh.
Raggy.
Hmm. I have some people in our building asking me, "Oh, are you guys? I thought you guys. I thought you guys already did that." And I was like, "Really?" Unbeknownst to me. Yeah, give a fake fucking cough, Dano. Shut up.
Legit was trying to like
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
cough it out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, yeah. If I wanted to know anything further, here's the thing. This is how I feel about it, and I've told you guys about this.
Legit confused me with that one, but it's okay. Continue.
It's fine. I want you to stay confused because I don't want to rat anybody out, and I don't want you to get upset at anybody in the building because they were only being nice. They were very kind about it. But my thing is like where we're at right now, I know that you're working on it. I have a feeling. Everybody has a gut feeling about the love of their life, the person that they know they're going to spend the rest of their lives with. And I say, I understand that you are doing things behind the scenes. And you said something to me months ago, and I took it seriously when you said, baby, I know that we're so excited to eventually join in a marital union. But you got.
Yeah, word for word. I said that word for word. And I quote.
But you also said you were like, I know you're excited, and I know we like always want to talk about it. And he's like,
But
and then
allow yourself to be surprised.
and he said, allow yourself to be surprised. Allow me to do the work that needs to be done in order to give you like the proposal that I feel you deserve and like the things I feel you deserve.
Yeah, because like it was like one of these things where it was just like and rightfully so, like you're excited about it and you want it and you desire it, and of course.
No, I don't want it. I want you.
But it comes with me.
Of course, but I don't want
So,
you to
like-
think that I'm just like checking lists off. I want you to know that like it's specific to you.
Thank you, baby. But being reminded about that every I would say like a good like one or two, 3 maybe 3 minutes. It's insane, babe. It's insane. Like
No, I know.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's never gonna happen now. I guess I'm just gonna be in this kind of relationship, and I'm like, all right, well listen, listen, like, and then being compared and like, I'm like,
I know.
all right.
I think
So it got to a point where I was just
yeah.
like, and I had to like, just like be like, my love, I love you dearly. You're the love of my life, and like I'm not blowing smoke up your ass on this one. Just I know you want it. I want it as well. I want to do it right. Allow yourself to be surprised, because if you're expecting it every
then it's not
1
gonna
or
feel
2 3 days,
special.
just like right, it's like, is it happening now? Is it happening now? Is it happening now?
Yeah.
Is it happening now? Is it happening now? I'm like,
Yeah, I don't even like. Yeah, I know it's. Well, I think at that time too, it was like there's that antsiness to it, and then once you start getting antsy, then you start getting nosy, and you try to snoop, and you're thinking about snooping, and then you're like, oh, maybe I don't know, like, get around. And then certain people in our life are going through things where one person wants to get married and the other person is stringing them along for almost a decade, and I'm having people in my ear be like, don't be like me, don't let a man string you along. And like I tell everybody, like, I would never allow that to happen. I don't think you would put me in that position. I've told you from the jump what I'm about. But also yeah, like I don't even think about it anymore. I don't know. I literally don't even know what an engagement is.
I know, right? And meanwhile, like just today, I was just talking with you. You were like your phone was like on the Instagram page. It was like a chick in a bride dress, like in a wedding. She's like, yes, yes. I walk the boys, yes.
Our Instagram explore pages are polar opposites.
Mine is just
damn near
and
terrifying.
you even try to be sneaky with me yesterday. And you was like, "What's your search thing?" And you just like trying to expect like whatever it was, and then mine was like, "What was it, babe? Please." I'm not even trying to defend
Wait,
myself.
what do you
on
mean
this
your search thing? On what?
one. On Instagram? I was on Instagram, and you was like, "Wait a second," and you just like put the search button, because sometimes it would be like it refers you to like your search.
Oh,
thing.
I guess I forgot what I did though. I forgot what it was. What did I say?
So you just compulsively just do
I
things.
think it's
and then
just.
you were like, "I'm gonna search. I got you something."
Let me try. Let me see.
I got you. Okay, good job.
I know.
Good job.
This is a really good hot topic question that I want to ask you.
Okay, I just wanted to say something real quick.
Go.
I remember I was just out of those like I got you thing. I was like, all right, good job. It was last week, right? And then
I'm scared.
No. You know what it was. And then like, you were feeling like I've been working a lot. These last couple months, I've been working like 6 days and just like 12, 14 hours, and just like if you're focused on work, and obviously so when I come home, just like go to sleep or just just do what it is, and you were feeling like lonely. You wanted to like be noticed.
Mm-hmm.
That morning I was like my day off. I woke up early in the morning. I took the dogs out to the park. They like ran around, fed them. I went to like the supermarket, got some like stuff for breakfast. I came back home. I even swept and I mopped. This is all like before I don't let you sleep. This is all before like 12 o'clock. And then like as soon as you wake up, you like come stomping,
Yeah, I did.
stomping out the bedroom. And I'm like, yes, hello. She's like, you don't even love me. You didn't even love me. You didn't even come to see me. You didn't even cuddle me. You didn't even say hello to me. Not even a good morning. I've been up for like the last couple minutes and nothing has been done. You didn't even love me. You didn't even hug me. Last night, you came, you didn't even snuggle me last night. You didn't even, you don't love me no more. Are we breaking up? Is this a breakup? And I'm like, good morning to you too. And by the way, the dogs walked. They went to the park. They're fed as well. I cleaned the apartment, swept and mopped, and I got some breakfast and I'm making pancakes and egg sandwich.
And he made
and then you were like, good one, good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. And I must say, like in my mind, I was like, yes, feels so fucking good.
And then you made my favorite pancakes.
Yeah.
My favorite pancakes, which are
blueberry and chocolate chip.
Yes, blueberry and chocolate chip, because I hate deciding between the two.
I know, yeah. Yeah. And which I spent like a hot minute trying to find those chocolate chips.
And they're really good. I've been putting them in my overnight oats.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, guys, I'm telling you, overnight oats are the shit. Let me tell you something. You guys know I lost 25 pounds, okay?
Hey.
Lost 25 pounds.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. He's not cheersing because he wants me lighter. He's cheersing because it's something I very much wanted to do. Baby, I'm just saving you from the haters, okay?
I don't care.
I'm just making sure that you don't get Mr. Biles.
I don't care, baby.
Okay?
With Mr. What?
Mr. Biles. Because listen, Simone Biles' husband was on a podcast.
Oh shit! What did he say?
He just didn't say anything. He was just like, "Yeah, I'm the prize." She came to me every weekend, and like the way he said, he like didn't, even though she was in the room,
sure.
He didn't. Just let me finish. We are not about to just defend him blindly, sir, okay?
Yeah, sure, why not?
What essentially happened was the way
play.
that he acted on the podcast was like as if his like wife was like, yeah, she wanted me. And then, no. You put that shit down.
Yeah.
No. No. And everybody on the internet was saying like, okay, Mr. Biles, because he was acting like she didn't matter. And so I'm saying, you close your legs. a buffoon.
Buffoon.
I'm just saving you so you don't get any haters.
Nah,
He's
listen,
not cheersing that I lost weight. He's cheersing because there were
I'm choosing
moments.
it. I'm
You're cheersing for my accomplishment, not that I.
Yes, of course.
Yes. So I'm just saying. I'm just making sure because some
But I
people
feel
like
we shouldn't. But here's what you and
you.
I.
You
like,
have you have to give disclosure in
You're
this
right.
world, baby.
You're very right.
I'm sorry.
You're absolutely right.
Chapel Roan the other day said what everybody else was saying about Kamala Harris, and everybody's like, she's a white supremacist. I'm like, have we not been saying the same thing over and over? She was like, oh, yeah, F Donald Trump, but like the Democrats also suck too. And everybody's like, white supremacist, you're MAGA. So I was like, what are we saying? So unfortunately, we live in a world where idiots run the culture. So we have to give disclosure to help the pea brains, the people that haven't. Going outside and touching grass is like the least you can do. Put you in a fucking straitjacket in a padded room. So yes. Okay? Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
Okay. Now I have a question for you.
Talk to me.
I wrote some things down.
Oh shit! I didn't study for this, so please keep it easy.
No, the only thing is I feel like let's give them like relationship
advice.
No, God no.
Oh, like
God no. Because by the book we did like everything wrong.
Backwards.
We did everything backwards.
And it worked out, which is hey, cheers to us.
Yeah. If you're ever thinking about sleeping with your boss, it's not a phase. I say go for it.
Yeah, sleep with your hot employees.
Yep. I say go for it. Yep, definitely. Who cares if there's an age gap? We have a generational age gap. People don't realize that.
Yeah, we do. We definitely
have a generational age gap.
We do.
I'll be online. I haven't even gotten to the question yet. I'll be online, and people will be like, "Oh my god, people don't understand. Like this age gap is so inappropriate." And it'll be like a 6-year age gap. Yeah. And like somebody was saying that about like this influencer Alex Earl and Braxton Berrios, who's
yeah.
And like they don't understand like that's still cringy because like he's in the later part of his 20s and she's in the earlier part. Like that alone is still cringy. I was like, and I'll be like on a rant with people like feminism, women empowerment, yeah, men are creeps, and then people are like this is creepy, and I'm like, I gotta sit this one out. I'm not in this one. I can't.
I'll be on the bench. I'm gonna
be on the bench. You girls fight for what you think. I'm gonna be here, and just you get that. Yeah. We are a generation apart. We're about 9 years apart. 8 years? 9 years?
Yeah, nine.
Yeah, 9 years.
8 to 9. Yeah.
8 to 9, depending upon the point in the year. But yeah,
I think it's fine. I think like with certain with age gaps like that, because my mom was older than my father as well.
Yeah.
And my mom was like a lot older.
That is always interesting to me.
I think like the maybe around the same age gap. I have to like double check.
Yes.
And I think it depends on what range you are, like age range.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously, if I was like 20, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you were like, what would that, like, oh God, I don't even want to say that. Never mind. Bad math.
Why?
I was like, because if I was 20, you would have been like 12.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Bad math.
Is that the age difference?
I was like, let's.
Wait.
Yeah. If I was 20 years old, you were like 12, 13.
Oh, God, that makes it sound so horrible, babe.
Yeah, but it's not, because when we started, I was... All right, never mind.
You were 30. You were 31.
I was
22.
You was 22? No, you were 20. You were 21. You were 21. You were 21.
But also, to be fair, something that people don't.
So that's fine. Like I'm saying, like so, like think about it even then. Like I'm 21. He's 30. Like okay, yeah, he's.
But I was never gonna date somebody my age. I never did.
I mean, that's like the whole thing, right? Some women don't. A lot of women don't, right?
I never would.
It's either whether it's 5 years or 4 years or even 10 years or even like fucking Jesus Christ, like how many like like even 15 years.
But I get it. I totally
with
get
guys
it.
And with guys too, like guys like I feel like
there's a difference.
The thing is like to go younger, obviously. Again, there's a range where it's okay. But I feel like even if you were, let's say if you were 18 when we first met, I think I would have been like, "You're too young, mama." Like, all right, like, but you were also and are like mature for your age. And, and that happens for a lot of people through life experience. But like I feel like I didn't think that you were 21 when I first met you. I thought you were a little older. It wasn't until I knew your age and you asked me. I said asked me. You asked me. Like how old do you think I am? I was like, nah, 20, 19. And you're like, really? What? And I was like, I
Yeah.
remember that. I was like, I already knew you were 21. He was like, people think I'm older. I'm like,
Yeah, usually.
yeah.
And the thing is now I'm trying to be perceived as younger. Ever since COVID, no, because ever since COVID, I feel like I lost so much time that it's getting to my psyche a little bit.
Really?
Definitely.
Wait.
But
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
but I do think like an age gap is there's nuances to it because I think people take it at face value. I think that men there's a specific type of, and I'm saying specifically men because there are a specific type of men that give themselves limits of like they literally go out searching for
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
young, innocent,
Yeah.
pure, like they
Oh, for
use the word
sure.
like pure girls. And I say girls because like 19 years old, like you shouldn't be dating somebody who's 40. You shouldn't be dating somebody who's like, I would even say you were almost too old for me, at that age, because I would still consider somebody like up until like 21, like they're fresh. Like that's a different world that you're living in. Like you're just coming into the world. People
Yeah.
are just starting to have friends outside of where they were born. Like, and like, I moved out young and I was mature and whatever, and it's New York City, so it's different. But like I would say generationally it's different because if I was 30 and I met somebody 25 years older than me, I don't think that's an issue. Like for me
Interesting.
personally,
Yeah.
I see women that get married at 30 and they marry somebody who's 50, and I think that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Cuz it's like an era of life thing. You know what I mean? You were just a 30-year-old, and for me like I had friends that were 30. I was hanging out with 30-year-olds. Like that wasn't a shocking number to me.
Right. Also, I don't act like I didn't act like a 30-year-old. Like I really act.
Men act younger and women act older.
I
That's the thing.
yeah. I do act younger, and it's not just by. I think
But
it's,
you also look way younger.
but it's also
than you
like a
are.
generational thing. You know what I mean? I really do. I mean, I want to say it's fact, but like there's no there's no backup on it. But like,
No, but it's a
but it's
trope.
but it's true. Like I think like
Men mature.
generationally, like especially now within these last like two generations, where it's like these I know people my age who act exactly like me. I'm like, oh yeah, we love our football, we love our like our cartoons, our gaming, our video games, and it's more like a younger state of mind. We're still like having these older responsibilities as far as like our daily responsibilities and our careers and stuff like that. But we still like hold to that like that younger um that
Youthfulness.
yeah, I want to say yeah, like euphoria of like being young.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like oh, I remember Sunday morning cartoons. I remember like oh, I love that feeling, and then like playing video games. It's such a great feeling, and it just it's cool. I don't say it's cool now, but it's like those things are still relevant and current. So it validates the fact of like yeah, it's sure. Why can't I just like play video games and smoke my weed and just like chill, like you know what I mean?
Oh,
And
you're about to lose me.
you
You're
know,
about to lose me.
but you can do the same thing with you. How come there's a reason why I can't, look at my TikTok or even just like do your things that you did when you were younger, watching all these like gossip shows or like these
Mm-hmm.
things that are relevant to you when you were younger. And I was like, okay, that's great. Like that's fine. This music or whatever the case, it applies to females as well. It's not just guys.
I totally agree. There are certain things that that are associated with men being too youthful that I feel like can be associated with women. For me though, I think when it comes to men, you know how I feel about video games. Like we didn't have a video game console in our apartment until last year.
No, it wasn't last year.
Yes.
Oh, what that was last year?
Yes.
Oh, yikes.
And I bought it for him because I was so adamant. And I really, honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I still am. Like, you've completely earned my trust when it comes to video games. Like, um, I think video games, a lot of the times when it comes to men, when you say like, oh, why can't I just like play a video game and smoke my weed? That's how it is for you. You're an anomaly because you have a fantastic, secure job where you do really well for yourself. And video games is like, it's like your you time.
Yeah.
And when you want to like smoke weed and just like play video games or whatever, like that took me a while to accept because my only other experience with guys who play video games where they were fucking losers and bums and their girlfriends, who the majority of times were my family or some of my best friends, those girls were holding down the fort, cleaning everything up. They were the ones like making money, wanting to have experiences or go out or like save up for a vacation or whatever. And these guys would be just like glued to the couch
too
on
much
a
time.
beautiful Saturday.
Too much time on their hands in order for them to. Yeah.
Right. So that was my association with it. But I want to go back to what you said about like age gaps and how, you know, guys around your age, there's kind of in the last 2 generations, which I kind of have to agree with you. I want to say it has to do with the internet because,
100%.
and also geographically, because we live in New York and I always notice like where we live is extremely particular to how everybody acts. Because people in New York, you go to the South, people are getting married and having kids at 18, 19 years old, 17, 16, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, like Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, you guys know I love the show. I talk about this literally almost every episode. These girls were pregnant and married by 15, you know what I mean? And they're divorced by 2022. Like that's their lifestyle. But in New York, everybody tends to be very like career focused or like mindfulness focused. Like everybody wants to like discover themselves, whether it has to do with financial success or not.
Yeah, I think mindfulness is like, it's a strong word, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like they want to enrich their mind.
Like career, like yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yes.
And so people take longer to like kick into the idea of like, oh, but I do want a family and I do want to have these major responsibilities and I've kind of just been enjoying life for so long. But that's also why so many parents that like I see in the city also have that youthfulness. Like they have that, yeah,
Right.
like my kid is not going to stop me from going out and hanging with my friends. They're like, oh yeah, you got a baby? I got a baby.
Right,
Everybody
right,
bring
right.
your own baby. Let's drink some beers. You know what I mean? Like
Right,
it's
right.
this like young era of like kids. But in terms of dating, I do feel like, I mean, if we're going to touch on society, like men do mature slower than women and women mature faster than men, which is why a lot of the times for people it can be cringy to see like a really young woman with a really old guy, especially if she is the age at which I met you. And then but I feel like when you met me, I did have like the maturity of like a 26-year-old, 25-year-old, and you were 30 but you looked 25.
Yeah, I to this day, like
And to this day, you still don't. I'm not even
I
going to say
don't-
your age because nobody's going to know it.
I don't, but like, yeah, I don't even like strive on that. I'm just like, yeah, thank you. It's always a compliment when they say like you're young, you look younger than your actual age.
Yeah.
But I think like, yeah, there's always, yes, women always mature faster than men.
Yeah.
And I've heard this before, like men are more like simple minded.
Yeah.
Where it's like work for what you want. Keep on doing that. It's working, okay, keep on doing it. It doesn't work, okay, find something else. Women are more like it's okay, like let me find. I don't have a woman brain, so like, you know what I mean. I don't know how to say it, but like it's one of those things where it's like a woman, we're trying to find what she wants, and when she finds it, she would grasp to it and then analyze it and then like and work on that and then and so yeah, I just yeah, I don't.
There is also an aspect of, you know, there's this expectation of boys will be boys and boys can, you know, Nikki Glazer said this the other day on a podcast. I want to say that she was on the Edelman podcast. Oh, what's that guy? The guy who was at the roast with Tom Brady, who was
Julian Edelman.
Julian Edelman, and she was
Yeah,
on there,
he
and
was
she was saying, she was like, you know, this, yeah, for
New England Patriots.
yeah. So she was on
Super
there.
Bowl champion.
Okay, relax.
Lost against the.
All right. Can I get through my sentence? Are you going to talk about football?
Patriots lost twice against the New York Giants. Twice.
Okay.
Thank you, Eli.
Can I have a?
Thank you, Eli.
Okay.
Sorry.
You got one more?
boys will be boys.
Take it the fuck back. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Don't
You
say
said
that.
that. You just said that. You
No, I was going to
said
denounce
boys.
against it.
Sorry.
No, because that's this idea that boys will be boys is what allows them to mature slower. That's what it is. Because how is it that in society we're always like, men are the head of the household, submit to your husband, but you just matured 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, but that also changes.
I'm not done.
I'm saying that changes,
I'm not done.
and it differs.
Can I finish my statement about Nikki Glaser?
Please. I love her, by the way.
I know she's fantastic.
She's great.
But Nikki Glaser was saying on this podcast with this person that you will not interrupt me about, that she was like, people are always saying like, oh, women aren't funny, women aren't funny. She's like, are women not funny, or were they just not allowed to be funny? Because when you're a kid, boys get to say all like the poop and fart jokes and the pee jokes and the puke jokes. And it's like, ha ha ha, that's so gross and funny. Boys are gross. Boys are gross and dirty. But then for girls, it's like, don't say that, you're a lady. Don't say that, be a lady.
Right.
And so girls, after a while, like you're not allowed to partake in that little bit of freedom. And it doesn't seem like freedom, but it is. Or it doesn't seem like the boys partake rather in control of that, or in understanding that that's not something to talk about.
Right.
And therefore
it's not ladylike.
But is that but is controlling yourself a ladylike quality? Why is that considered? Is concealing yourself a ladylike quality, and why do we deem it that? And that starts at such a young age. And I remember that. Like, that's actually something I distinctly remember. Like, in kindergarten, I remember like specific boys that were kind of allowed to get away with specific things. I remember their names and everything. But then, like, when me and this other girl wanted to do it, it was like, okay, guys, everybody stop. Everybody, we need to sit down. And it was like, once the girls got into it, then all of a sudden it was like a thing. And Nikki Glaser was saying this. She was like, are women unfunny, or were girls just not allotted the same freedom to have the poop and fart jokes that these boys were allowed to carry into high school? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so girls, they're like, you have to think about your career, and you have to think about your future, and you have to think about what you're going to do. And then you have to also get married, and then you have to have kids at a certain time, because then your eggs are going to dry up if you can even have kids naturally. Oh, you have a stomach ache. Oh, you have tit pain. Oh, you have acne, birth control, birth control, birth control. And it's like, guys we're just here. We're just floating, just floating.
I think the whole, yes, you're 100%, like, you make valid points. I don't think it's as easy for guys to be like, oh, you're just floating, you're just floating, you're just floating. It's more like, hey, this is the way life is. Like, don't complain about it. Get it done. It's a, like, this is the, like I said, this is the way it is. Support your family. If you were it also depends on, like, who you were raised with. You know what I mean? Like, if you were raised in a family just like, you have a mother and father, and then the father was like the breadwinner, and the mother was like the household keeper, and then you were like, hey, son, just make sure, like, you take care of your family, you take care of your wife, you take care of your mother, you take care of your kids. This is the way it is. Or it could be vice versa. You can be in a single mother's household. Like I was, and then you see your mother, like, like, struggling, and you'd be like, okay, I don't want that for my wife. I want to make sure that when I have a wife, it's like, it all comes from different, like, the points of view, and how you were raised, and generational as well. Like you said, I feel like women now, like, it's in comedy and in business, and in all aspects of life and day to day, it's, a broader chance of opportunity for everybody, like, not even just like men and women, is, like from trans to people who are gay, to all aspects. I think it's changing. I think region is also has to do with it as well, but
like I said, New Yorkers are different than other places,
New York is tough. New York is all about fast pace. Like, come on, like, get it over. What do you want? What is it? Catch my attention. You want it now? Not right. Next. I got the next one. Like, so I do want to get to those questions that you wanted to ask me.
Okay, I have a few different things. I'm gonna ask you some questions. typical couples questions. Some of them were asked by my followers via Instagram. I asked people today, like, hey, send in some questions that you want to hear me and a male guest talk about. I think some of them figured out that it was going to be you.
Oh, yeah.
One person did ask one specifically for me where they said, like, what's like the best comeback that I ever gave to a guy that made me feel super empowered. And there's always a few, but I will say, like, the one thing that makes me feel super empowered, I remember the first one I ever said where I was like, oh shit, this is how I take my power back. And it's a funny comeback that I've used with men, but the second one is really just kind of the simple aspect. The first one, I hate when men hiss at women. I used to get that a lot in our old neighborhood. The guys would be like, and I would hate it because I'm like, I am not a fucking cat.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what the fuck when has that ever worked? When have you been like, and me be like,
yeah.
yes, oh my God, food? Do you have food? Do you have food?
Yeah.
Like, so.
Is it tired running out of air right now? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
So these guys, I remember, said something to me one time, and it happened one time, and it just flew out of my mouth, where I was like, don't hiss at me, I'm not a fucking cat. I was like, and even if I was, you couldn't get this pussy anyways.
Ooh.
And I remember I was like, God damn.
That's a good one, babe.
I left and I was like trying to keep a straight face.
Yeah. Started walking like a cat.
I was like, ooh. I'm like, ooh. That was a good one. Ha! Got you. But basically.
Meanwhile, he was like, your shoes untied.
Why'd you assume he was Spanish?
Our old neighborhood?
Yeah.
Come on, girl.
And that's, they were all Latin, all Hispanic.
Come on, girl.
It was a Dominican,
it was
Puerto
me.
Rican neighborhood.
It was me.
It was you.
It was me, ladies and
It
gentlemen.
was you.
I'm sorry, shoes untied. Sorry.
So the other one, really the main one that always makes me feel empowered, that's like a comeback, is always when I ask the guys hitting on me that are in my space, I always immediately ask them, like, without saying anything before. They'll be saying things to me. They'll be hollering things at me. Once they start coming into my space, or even not, it's a simple question. Like, do you have a daughter? And they get caught off guard. I've had guys think that, like, I was genuinely asking as if I knew their daughter. They're like, oh, why? I had a guy ask, like, oh, why? Do you think you go to school with her? I was like, that's sick. That's sick.
Your daughter's my age, dog?
Right.
Damn.
And I would always be like, do you have a daughter? And they go, what? I go, do you have a daughter? And they're like, whoa, no. I'm like, no, I'm just wondering how you would feel if somebody did this to your daughter. Right. And then if somebody's like, no, do you have a sister?
Yeah,
do you have a mother? Do you have a wife? I go, because I'm somebody's daughter, and I'm somebody's sister, and I'm somebody's girlfriend, and I'm somebody's niece. Like, I go, what? When? And that's when I pop off, because what are you going to say to me? What are you going to say to me? That makes me feel empowered. And that always makes me be like, I have to flip that on them. And the only way that people learn, men specifically, is shame, which is really messed up.
It's true. It's like putting when a certain somebody puts you in your place, and it's just like, oh shit, let me just like sort of like step back on this, and because a lot of guys, I mean, we do shit. I was just like, I feel like, I'm drunk, dog. Yo, shorty, yo, damn, shorty, like, you got a daughter? Nah. You got a mother? Yeah, and she'll be ashamed of me right now.
Yeah.
And she'll be highly ashamed of me right now. Yeah, I think a lot of guys would do things just for the show, for their boys, like. I stopped like hissing and catcalling when I was in my teens. It didn't feel right for me. Anyways, it didn't work for me. So like,
it doesn't work for anybody, baby.
You know what I mean? Like,
don't worry.
It didn't work for me.
Don't worry,
you know
baby.
I mean?
You
like some guys,
you did the normal thing.
Yeah. I was just like, this is not working, guys. Guys.
Guys, nobody's stopping.
Yeah,
I'm catcalling these women and nobody's stopping for me.
Guys, nobody's being my girlfriend, my immediate girlfriend. And so I'm like, yo, mama, yo, baby girl, like. It's not working, guys.
Guys, I thought the hissing would like make them calm.
Guys, I'm trying to find love. So I'm trying to find some love over here, and like shorty is not working. Guys, your shorty is not working. But yeah. That's a good one though. Like asking them if you're like thinking, making them immediately think of their family is one of those like, oh shit. Because if they were raised right, then they'll be ashamed. And if they don't give a fuck, then that's a tell sign right there.
Well, the majority of them never give a fuck. They just kind of run away. They don't like stand there and have a conversation.
Mission accomplished. You know what I mean?
Well, that's 100% correct. I mean, that's the whole point. But I would say that's probably the thing that makes me feel most empowered. And like that's the thing that, talking back when you need to, just using your voice in general, like, is a massive like form of self-defense, because the majority of these people, they don't expect you to do anything. So stunning them with your voice, like a lot of women, they like can't yell. Like they think they're yelling, but they're not projecting. So it's not scary.
You have a daughter?
Yeah, exactly. What? But that's how it sounds. Yeah. And yeah, so
who's your mama?
What's her name?
You can be like you can be my mama.
But yeah, that's why that video of me went like so crazy viral. Yeah. Was because I was doing the only thing I know how to do best, which is have a fat mouth. But the other thing that was on the list to ask was, what was like the biggest red flag about me when we were getting together? What was like a big red flag that you noticed?
I've told you this too. It was when you were bragging about your nights with men in public and like out loud. Like, yeah, I had this one guy over and, he fucking threw up all over the blah, 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 and da. And I legit told you, I was like, why are you wasting your time with guys like that? Like, and this was even way before we went out on that date.
Yeah.
It was more like, and I don't see like a red flag, to be honest. It was more like oh, she's
crazy.
Not even she's crazy. It's just more like oh, she's lost.
Yeah. That's what I was.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, she's lost. Like, because I've been through that as well.
Yeah.
And I know that feeling. I know just to like, hey, somebody look at me, pay attention to me. I had a crazy ass, like, all right, fine. Those things, as adults, you keep those things private. You keep those things like, that's not something to brag about. When you're bragging about things that shouldn't be bragged about, then it's more like, all right, well, it's, Japan. Japan is my also like red flag.
What?
You love to put things on the floor.
Yeah. I do love to put things on the floor.
Yeah, you saw that? I wish that camera was on right there. You saw that camera was on right there? Yeah. Japan. Now, put this camera on right now. Put this camera on. Diana, she lives in Japan in her mind at all times. At all times. She comes home. Where does her purse go? On the floor. When the clothes goes off on the floor. She's done with dishes on the floor.
No, what the hell? You're making these people think that I'm disgusting.
No. But it's like certain things. I'm just like, babe, they have a place to live. These things live in a place, and it's just like on the floor. And I'm like, I get it. It's easy. But there's like, I guess those are the two red flags for me.
Okay, well, in that case.
Whoa, baby, hey, baby. What were my red flags?
Baby, you, and I will say this till the day we die.
The Giants.
Your red flags were so deep. His red flags were so bright. They were so long. They were so lovely. I always say, I was like, you were in a red flag. You were a magic red carpet, that we flew off into the sunset.
For the Oscars.
I took your red flags and I knitted them together.
Into
And I wrapped them around myself.
To Superman's cape.
And I said, ooh, so cozy. I can change him. But it just turned out we both equally had red. No, well,
Listen.
I would say you had some more red flags than I did. In terms of like,
no.
Okay, fine, whatever. We're not gonna get into it right now.
We're not.
You were different in the sense where like you literally treated me like a wife, like a girlfriend from the jump. It wasn't like you were saying things like, I really like you, and no, I like you, and then you were treating me like shit. Right. It was the opposite. You were treating me so incredibly amazing, and then you were like, I don't want anything. I don't want to do anything right now. And I'm like, okay, well, if you don't want to do anything, and that's when I gave you like that ultimatum, because I was like, if you don't want to do anything, like, we got to come up with a boundary, because you're treating me like I'm like the world. Yeah. And that's like a great quality to have when you're in a relationship. But if you don't want a relationship that's like super manipulative, your red flag was definitely that, I would say. And also that you treat the home kitchen like it's your work kitchen. So you like to dump everything in the sink as if we have a professional dishwasher on payroll. So there's like eggshells that I have to take out of the sink. There's like paper towels, anything like the sink is essentially a second garbage, just wet. And that to me is a red flag. Thank you. I'm not asking for a rebuttal. So,
baby, we do have a dishwasher in house, but we do. So like, if I leave a dish, somebody cleans it.
I'm not talking about a dish. I'm talking about the
If you leave a dish, I'll clean it. So you have a dishwasher too?
Baby, am I talking about dishes or am I talking about eggshells, paper towels, beer bottles?
Yes.
Food scraps from when you were cooking that you just like scrape. You're on the counter. On one side is the garbage. On the other side is the sink. It's a 50-50 choice. And for some reason, you lean to the wrong 50. You lean the wrong way. You scrape things off this way, or you could scrape them that way, and you go that way. That's the red flag.
Heard.
Okay. Next question. Oh, have you ever looked through my phone?
Once or twice.
Be honest.
Once or twice.
Be honest.
Once or twice. Legit, like once or twice.
That's gotta be a lie.
It's not.
You're telling me in like 5 years.
In 5 years, I've only looked through your phone once or twice.
And what did you find?
What did I find? I don't remember. It was like a while ago. The last time I searched through your phone was a while ago. I didn't find anything. I was just like, didn't find anything. I think it was a couple years ago that I searched through your phone.
Nothing recently?
No, nothing. Never. I've done that before, and then like, nah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, and I trust you.
Yeah.
Like, I really do honestly trust you. If I'm looking through your phone, then it's because I don't trust you, and then that's an issue, and then just like, oh, like there's a bigger issue in hand. But I don't look through your phone because I'm just like, I know, like, I don't want to say I know what you're doing because I'm being cocky. It's just like I know what we are.
Have,
yeah, it's like one of those things. Yeah.
Okay, and we're back.
Last thing you said was like, do I have any questions for you?
Yes. So, do you have any questions for me as a part of this highly caffeinated segment? This is the segment where I call highly caffeinated, where we do questions.
I love that. I love highly caffeinated.
Highly caffeinated.
I love that.
And every episode is named after something that has to do with coffee. So, like, last week's was called Pumpkin Spice Latte. Sometimes it'll be based off of the drink I'm drinking, or just like the vibe, the overall vibe.
This could be tiramisu.
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 Tiramisu. You know what's
tiramisu.
A tiramisu. I love that one. Let's do that one.
Tiramisu.
Before we get to the next question, or before we get to the question that you were gonna say.
I had no question, but okay.
Okay. Well, we'll get back to it. Think of one. I also have to say, like, for anybody listening, you should always have a partner that, I hate using the word partner, but it's valid, I guess. You should always have like a partner that understands that like you need space to go through what you go through, because like I didn't tell you this. I recorded an entire coffee talk yesterday.
Really?
Or no, 2 days ago. Recorded an entire coffee talk. The day where I was like, I just feel so upset. What was it, yesterday?
Yesterday, baby.
I don't even remember. I was like, I feel so upset. I feel so tired. Like, I'm sad or whatever. Man, I know.
So you had the onesie on?
No, it was the day before.
So the day before, yeah.
But I recorded an entire coffee talk, and I got on here, and I was crying on the coffee talk. I was like, I'm just going to upload this as like a filler episode. I just feel like I'm not amounting to anything. I just feel so alone, and I'm not, and like I'm talking to my boyfriend, and I just feel like I'm not up to like my boyfriend's standards right now. Like he's got his life together and I don't have my life together. And I'm crying and I'm like, I don't know why I'm so upset right now. Everything I think about is making me want to cry. And I did that for like an hour and a half.
2 hours and a half.
Yeah, I did. And I
did that for like 4 hours and a half.
I was like, I'm going to upload this anyways. Like you guys.
I did that for the whole movie in Inception.
I was literally saying, I was like, you guys need to see me in my raw and vulnerable. And I listened back to it like yesterday and this morning. I was like, they don't need to hear that. And it's funny because literally 45 minutes after I recorded that episode where I was like, I don't know why I'm so emotional right now. I think I'm getting my period. Immediately I got my period like 45 minutes after that.
Baby, I need some. Like,
and I literally texted him. I was like, can you bring home tampons?
Can we say? And then what did I bring?
He brought pads with wings. Like the videos where people are like, babe, can you bring me home pads with wings? And they bring him pads with a box of buffalo wings.
We have a Wingstop right here. You lucky I didn't bring you like a...
No Wingstop. No Wingstop.
No Wingstop.
No Wingstop.
No
because
Wingstop.
I haven't even uploaded a freaking TikTok about this yet. And I think I will because I'm still upset.
About?
We ordered Wingstop. It was like my one cheat day.
Oh my God.
And then I promise we'll get back to questions, but this deserves a fucking moment.
Yo, meanwhile, I was like enjoying those. We were enjoying those wings.
Dano knows I've been working so hard on like being good, like not take out food, like want to lose weight.
Yeah.
My one cheat meal, I was like, yes, I want like sloppy, wet food. Like, and I love my food wet. He knows this. I love a lot of sauce.
Sauces all the way.
So many sauces. So we get like buffalo, like Korean barbecue sauce. They give me a
sandwiches,
fucking chicken wing.
Chicken sandwiches and some like dipping sauce as well.
Yes, I was pumped.
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Dipping sauces. I was like, I don't even care if like the chicken sandwich did not look good when it came. It was no Popeyes. Popeyes is top tier. Nothing beats the Popeyes spicy
my chicken sandwich sucked. It was like it was too seasoned. My shit was too seasoned. I dare say.
No, it was giving
I'm Puerto
lunchroom.
Rican. Well, the one I had like I think it was the one that I chose was like I was like I don't know, it's like too salty. I'm like I didn't enjoy it.
Totally get that.
So we go to the wings and the wings were like, all right, the wings are great.
Are okay.
Buffalo wings and buffalo sauce and the Korean barbecue.
Delicious. They were doing well.
Yeah.
But I will say, as I was eating them, I was like, something about this just like isn't hitting the way that I wanted it to hit.
Right.
Maybe like when I eat Popeyes, no misses.
Hits.
No misses. Like something about those wings, like I've never had wings like that because I usually have just like the skin wings, no batter, no nothing, like at the bar.
Right.
But something about their wings that like dry rub on the wing, I love it. It's delicious. Wingstop, no. And I take a wing up, and this fucking chicken is still clucking.
Yeah.
This fucking chicken is clucking away. Feathers on the wing. And I'm like, I thought it was my own hair. I thought it was a feather maybe off of one of the dogs. Maybe the dogs were outside.
Hold up. A feather off of a dog?
Off of our dogs. I thought maybe the dogs were outside and maybe a feather.
And they a fucking
I thought
pigeon?
maybe the fan blew it into the food. So I'm like, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Whatever. So I'm like, maybe it's like two wings. I show it to you and I ask you, I was like, is this normal? And you were like, I'm sure it's fine. Like,
I mean, it shows it's fresh.
Don't make excuses, chef. Chef, would you serve that at your table, chef?
I would have noticed it.
Why don't you just tell them where you work so they can decide for themselves?
I work at that beep.
And so I'm like, okay, let me set this wing off to the side. Kind of sucks because I lost one wing.
Right. And that's fine.
I wanted to eat 6.
Move on to the next, right?
That's fine. Sacrificed one wing. Totally fine.
That's fine. It was a skimpy wing as well.
It was a skimpy wing as well. But I was like, that's
dry.
kind of disappointing. But now I'm double examining every single wing.
Right. You double check always.
We get to the last fucking wing.
Ah, yes.
I just wanted to enjoy my fucking meal.
And that was like the last bite. It was like
It was the last bite.
the coup de grace.
This fucking wing could have still fucking flown. That's how many fucking feathers were on it.
Babe.
It was coated in
yeah.
feathers,
It had
like soaked in sauce.
It had a primer of
It
like,
was
a primer of sauce on like a layer of wings. And I was just like,
oh my god! If you're on Patreon, if
like
you
a fossil fuel of like
not a fossil fuel,
no,
just a
like,
fossil.
It's a fossil. You could have made that into fossil fuel. I swear to God, like
That's probably what they used to fry it.
damn right.
Gasoline.
Damn right.
If you guys are on Patreon, I will upload it. Subscribe to the Patreon for all behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
But I will upload pictures of the actual chicken wings.
Oh my God, yes.
To see, because I'm telling you, you would have cried. They were feathers.
Yeah.
Fully feathered. Sorry, we totally got off course. That needed to be said.
Yeah.
Needed to be said. What were we even talking about?
I mean, we're going to the questions. We're going to
the questions, but why did I even bring that up? Who fucking cares? It was needed.
Nah, it was
Wingstop, count your mother effing days.
It needed to be said.
Ooh, this is a really great question.
Do I have to think about this?
Yes, you're gonna have to think about this. What? No, actually, no. I think this will be. No, actually, I want an in-depth answer. Actually, now I demand it.
Oh God.
What do you think is different about our relationship in comparison to your previous relationships?
Oh God, what are we doing that for?
What are we doing that for? I could say to make myself feel good.
No, yeah.
Just kidding.
No, I even like said that earlier today, like in the podcast. Was like one of the things in the beginning where it was just like having conversations about how we truly feel, and then being like, hey, listen, we respected our opinions all throughout our relationship, even to this day, where it's like we truly love who we are, and we help each other whenever like we feel down, like if I'm like down on myself, which rarely happens, but if whenever I'm like down on myself,
Yeah.
like you're right there, you're the first person. But I think one of the most important thing for me is, you know, knowing that I genuinely have a person that loves me for who I am, because I showed you my true colors early. I showed you my true colors, and it's not even like my bad side, and not even like not even like the bullshit. I'm talking about like who I was, like my best friends, and like with my friends and family, and just like showing you who I was. Like I'm goofy, like I'm like sometimes I'm a kid, like you know what I mean. Like at work I'm very different. I'm like I know I'm at work, and I'm like, and you also worked with me, like that's one of those things, like you knew who I was and you met me at work, and at work I'm just like very like, this is work, this is what it is, like this is
very
like
type A.
Always been that way.
Yeah.
And when I'm away from that, and then you met me when I'm like not at work, I'm very different. Very different. And so you got those that combination of like who like Dano really is just like, yeah, I'm a goofball, I love to have fun, I'm very simple. I'm not complicated. Like, yeah, I can have like some complicated thoughts, but I just think that you knowing who I truly was, and me showing you like, hey, this is me, and you accepting that, and you've helped me so much, like in so many ways, and trying like having a leap of faith within like having a changing companies from where I was working from before. Like to this day, I remember you told me, like, if you fuck up big, right? When you fuck up big. At least you gave it a try, and if it doesn't work out, then it's fine. It's okay. You just keep on going forward.
If you're gonna fuck up, always fuck up at 100 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way that you'll ever fully know if something was right or wrong. If you don't do it completely, then you'll always wonder, well, I could have won.
Yeah, you should. Like it's you should commit.
Always commit.
You should always commit, and that's like goes to in all aspects, like in your life, in your career, in relationships, and in certain things where it's just like, if you feel unsure about it, think about it, talk to yourself about it, talk to certain friends, get different points of view, and just like gather it all, and then make your own different point of view. But like, if you're gonna commit, go 100,
Yeah.
like 100%. Um, and yeah, I think that's like, you've seen my true colors, like who I truly am and who I truly like was at the time, and seen me transform. And you've never changed your opinion of me. You've never like, your love never diminished.
Yeah.
You're like, if anything, got stronger. And that's how I feel
Mhm.
about you as well. Like
Yeah.
I've never felt like more in love with you than right now and currently, and like, and honestly, gets stronger every day.
Mm.
Like, it's not bullshit. Like,
No, I
true.
know that. I
It's
feel
it's
that.
true.
I
And
feel that.
I've told you this before. Like, you don't let me. I'm like, that's insane to me. Like, I don't. It for me, that's like, I, it doesn't fit in my brain to me even be like, I love her less. Like, what? Like, no,
Mm.
no. Um, yeah, I just think that. How about this? To put it simply, it's true love.
Yeah.
The difference between us and the past is, this is true love, and I feel it.
I definitely agree. I also just feel like for me to like give my own answer on the same question, because someone asked it, what my thing is like, this relationship I feel like healed a lot of trauma in me, and it allows me to act in like a more honest, genuine way rather than just reacting in preventative ways, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah, yeah, no,
I
hundred
feel
percent, yeah.
like I feel like
Instead of
being
just trying to avoid it, yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
yeah,
cut you
no, no,
off. Yeah,
no, 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 you're right. Like I feel like in the past I would conduct myself in a way based on like premeditated assumptions of like how the man was going to mess up. And then like I would wait for them to mess up and be like, thank God I did that because I knew
right.
that was coming.
You're waiting for it,
Right. And waiting for it and waiting for it. And they would always fulfill that prophecy.
right?
And after a while, like the image of like the person you're supposed to be with, and the man, the class act, the gentleman, the chivalry, like you deal with so many horrible dudes and so many people with, like I've said before, like they just treated me like meat. Like I remember crying about it and being like, I'm just being myself. Like I'm just being a confident person is the only way for me to be respected and valued, for me to be less confident, for me to shrink myself so that people don't think I'm like too large or like asking for it. I feel like a lot of the times, like when you're a confident woman and when you walk in with like shoulders back, chin up, with aura and energy and confidence, people think that, yes, of course, like, oh, she wants attention, but oh no, now she wants every ounce of every kind of attention, doesn't matter good or bad. But I felt like in this relationship, like I was really, you've always empowered me to stay that person. You've never made me feel like I need to shrink. You've never made me feel like I need to alter myself to accommodate like your ego or make your ego shine. And I never felt like you should shrink or you should diminish yourself. um yeah, I just, this relationship has just always felt like to me like a safe space, um where I can like heal. And I feel like I've healed like a lot of other BS in the past, and all the stuff of
Yeah,
thinking like, oh, these like these types of men don't exist or whatever, so I'm just going to act the way that I do. You came into my life, and the fact that you were so gentlemanly, and I was like, oh, he's not into me because he's being such a gentleman, like he must think I'm just like a friend. That was crazy.
yeah. Meanwhile, I was like, look at this.
Meanwhile, you were like you were like everything that I really deserved and everything that I wanted.
Yeah,
So that's kind of how it worked out.
yeah. I think listen,
So never accept anything less, ladies.
it's funny how, like, just life is funny, right? Life will deal you some cards, and you think you have a very good hand,
Hmm.
and then it just doesn't work out. And then sometimes they'll give you a hand that you think that's like I don't know what to do with this, and then it just turns out to be the best hand you have in your life, and it's true. Like you never see it coming.
Mm-hmm.
You never see it coming, and with you, like I say, one of those things I didn't see it coming with you. I didn't. I didn't. And it's the best thing that's happened to me. It's 100%. Yeah.
Me?
Like I wouldn't be in the position that I am right now without you. Yeah.
That's so sweet of you to say.
Yeah, it's true.
That's so kind, babe.
Yeah, where's my camera?
Hold on, let me put the camera back on you. Say it again. Say that again one more time into the camera, please.
Let's go Giants.
No! Give me 1 moment!
No, you missed it. You caught it. Good. Let's go Giants, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go Giants.
The Jets just fired their head coach. I'm screwed.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that. Want to talk
No,
about
let's
that?
not. This is
Wanna
not a
talk about
sports
that?
podcast.
So what team got it together, baby?
Oh my God. So, that's so true. Do you have? I actually want to ask a question and then answer it, and then can you answer it after?
Yeah, sure. Good. Yeah. Playing
I'm
ping
going
pong
to
with
ask a
yourself.
question. I'm going to ask a question to myself.
Good.
I feel like a lot of people are always asking like how to find like relationships like this, and you and I, like, we've had like pillow like chats where we're like, we're like so lucky where we get to like, we're together for 5 years and like not
Plus.
bored, not no resentment like in our relationship at all.
Yeah. True.
And like every day, like we said, like every day, we're falling more and more in love with each other. How do we find that? Like, how does somebody that's like watching or listening find that? I cannot stress this enough, like, especially as a woman. He came into my life after a bunch of messy situations. And like, I told myself, I was like, I'm not going to date anybody. I'm not going to see anybody. And I'm going to be like ruthlessly myself and genuinely myself. And whatever lands is whatever lands. And in my mind, I was like, oh, I'm just going to be like harshly like selfish and decide this is what I want and this is this. But actually what ended up happening was like I wasn't being harsh. I was just choosing me. And I hadn't seen what that felt like yet in my life, because I always felt like women, you cater yourself in order to attract a mate.
Yeah.
You have to act like this in order to get that guy.
Yeah.
But it's like you forget that you choose too. I get to choose like what I want and who I want and what I like. Like you get to hit on somebody. Like I always say, like, if somebody's not making a move clear enough for you, you make the move. And if they think that that's intimidating, they're not the person for you. Like I feel like I was very strong with you about that I wanted you. I remember specifically telling you one day, you were in my apartment when I was living with like 5 million roommates. And I was just like, listen, you're not treating me like a fling. And I remember saying, like, go back to your ex. If you want to go back to your ex, like, I'm okay with it. We could still be friends and we could be friends with benefits. But that type of like staying strong, that ultimatum, me understanding, like, if I'm going to get hurt, I'm going to get hurt. And that's okay. And it's not his fault for me getting hurt. Like, I'm in control of that.
Yeah.
But then if I tell you exactly where I'm at, exactly what I'm expecting, and exactly how I expect you to act, and then you go back on your word, then I'll know, like, it wasn't me. And that's like so clearing and so like, I don't know, it gave me such peace and freedom to do that.
It's daring. Like, you'd be like here's my cards on the table. Mm-hmm. Like, you're looking at them.
Right.
And like you can do with it as you please.
And then see if somebody matches. And
yeah.
I just feel like that's how you attract somebody, is when you're so unapologetically yourself. I wouldn't have attracted you if I was trying to act like everything you wanted.
I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. We don't know.
Right. But
you know what I mean? But yes, you're right. I think the fact that
be your own person is my point. Not to go in circles, but be your own person.
100%. Like, I wouldn't have fell in love with you if you would have portrayed to be another person. Because eventually I would have found out who you really were, and I'm like, oh, this is another person that I fell in love with.
Yeah.
Or that I like I was falling for.
Yeah.
There's no true formula for true love. There's no like.
Yeah.
There's people that love each other because XYZ. Like it's you need to find your buddy. You need to find your good friend. You need to find somebody that's that's keeps you on your toes. That will tell you
Laughing. You need to find somebody who makes you laugh.
laughing is it's if I say top. I'll say top two, but top three for sure.
Oh my God, no! I think
Top
it's top
three.
two.
Yeah,
Because
top three for sure. Laughing is like you need to have somebody that make you laugh. In order for
that's
it
a
to,
form of intimacy to me. I
I mean,
think.
yeah, sure. Like that's like shit. Like you know what I mean. Like if I don't have somebody, you crack me the fuck up, and I tell you how many times have I like legit died laughing.
Oh
Like,
my God! Wait! I said
do
I.
not. Let's not say.
We can't say that.
We can't say it. We can't
Are we
fucking say
thinking
it.
about the same
Yes,
thing?
yes. Is it
I was thinking about that
next
the
level
other day.
chicken? Next level kitchen. I said. I said it's next
Did
level
you say
chicken.
next level chicken?
I said next level chicken. Yep. Yep.
Wait, I
Which is
was
like-
literally thinking about that 2 days ago while walking the dogs, and it'll just, when something happens and it's like you're in the middle of your day, you're perfectly fine, and then all of a sudden you just start.
He makes the best. I'm like, what you say? What did you say?
We can't say that because it's not. It's
No, no,
not.
no,
Without
no.
context, it sounds really horrible, and it's
but
not
it's
funny.
but like situations like that where it's just like where it's like you know what I mean. It's just like holy shit. Like I cried. What was the other one that you had me crying laughing?
Well, they don't know it, so we shouldn't say it.
No. But there was another one. I was like, you had me another one. It was like you had me crying laughing. I was like, this is what I love about her. Like this is it. Like this is like what else do I need? You know what I mean? And always trying to improve and like never being stagnant and always like trying to like.
I will say that's
the word-
specific to us.
Yeah, of course.
Because I feel like for me, ambition is wildly sexy. Because for some women, like money is sexy. Money's not sexy to me. I think it's some.
Well, you're in luck because, because I ain't got it.
You have money. Don't say that. Don't put that into the universe that you're broke.
Baby, don't tell these motherfuckers that I got money. Like, I ain't got shit.
We got nothing.
Zip zero, stingy with dinero.
No, but like for me, and I've said this to you, and I've also said it to like a ton of people online. Like, if you're going out and your one thing that you want more than anything in this world is a man with money, you can get that tomorrow. You can get that within the hour. I can show you the spots to go.
There are websites for that. Like, you know what I mean?
There are great websites. I signed up so many of my friends. I tried to go on a date once.
I thought you
actually
were gonna be
multiple times. I've gone on a few dates for money when I was super broke, and I hated it. It was never for me. I wish it was, but it's just not. Like I'm just not that type of girl.
All right, let's fast forward. All right, continue.
Sorry, baby. We're here now. Buckle up. But like for me, somebody just like having money is not interesting or attractive to me. Ambition to achieve more is attractive because it shows that you have a sense of self. It shows that you have a goal that you have alone, and you have a life without me. Like, I want to be a part of your life. I want to be a main pillar in your life. And when you're in a relationship with somebody, that should always be the case. They should always be a pillar, but they can't be your world. Like they should encompass, yeah, sure, your world. Like, you are a massive part of my world, but I have my own dreams and attributes. And do I have dreams with you? Absolutely. My dreams are not separate to our dreams. Now I've been able to form them together in my brain. But like, you should always have your own vision. And then when you meet somebody, you can find a way to make that vision meld together. But like, I'm attracted to people that have their sense of self. I can't stand when I see like impressionable men or impressionable women, because it's men too, that just gets sucked in. You know, like some people, you know, they'll have codependence, tendencies, yeah. And they just like get sucked into their relationships, and then they just like become the other person. I see this with.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a normal thing though. Like,
there's a line,
but
though.
Yes, you're right. I feel like you shouldn't become the other person. You shouldn't like try to do everything that they do or mimic them. It should be like, all right, like
or forget who you are.
Yeah.
That like forget what you like to do without them.
Right.
Like what were your hobbies when you weren't with them?
Right.
Did you stop doing them?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Did you like used to rob bubble gum in the fucking corner bodega?
Go rob that fucking bodega.
Fucking get that bubblicious. You know?
Light that shit up.
Get that Denty Nice.
Take the cat.
You know what I'm saying? Like make sure the cat scratches your you know.
I'm sorry. Why don't we
Rewind.
make sure the cat scratches your
little scratching ones.
Baby, you want to hear a joke I heard today?
Ones. Oh my God, here we go.
You want to hear a joke?
Let's go.
What did Cinderella say when she got to the ball?
I think what did Cinderella say when she got to the ball?
What did Cinderella say when she got to the ball?
Let me think about this one.
You've heard it already?
Can I tell you how to say it better?
Fine. Are you mansplaining Cinderella? No, I'm just kidding. Mansplainer! Get him!
Mansplaining.
Got him!
So, like, the best way to say it is, like, oh, that reminds me of, like, my joke that my grandfather used to say to me.
Okay, let's stay on topic.
That's the way to put the joke, baby.
Oh. I was like...
Already got her. Already. See how it's so good?
Oh
it's
my
so
God,
good.
I'm a kidnapper's
It's-
I'm like a cat caller's like worst nightmare and a kidnapper's like best
no.
fantasy.
The joke we were just talking about.
A kidnapper
No.
could be like, I got candy in
No.
here. I'm like, really? 3 for $5?
yeah. You got Bubblicious in there?
Bubblicious? The cat?
Yeah. It's gonna scratch my scratching one. No, what I'm saying is like the way the way to lead that is you say like
Our dogs are crying at us. Oh, we didn't even talk about the dog. We'll get to it.
well on the next one.
No, we'll get to it. It's okay. This will be a long podcast. People
no,
like it.
the way to lead to that is just like, that reminds me of a joke that my grandfather used to tell me all the time, and like, God bless her soul. What did Cinderella say when she got to the? That's the way to go, because they're thinking it's PG already. They're thinking it's PG. They're thinking it's like
sentimental.
Sentimental. They're like, it reminds me of like the joke that my grandfather used to tell me all the time. Like, God bless her soul. Like, what did Cinderella say when she got to the?
Okay, guys, here's the deal. We were blabbing so much, and he had such an R-rated joke that
even the cameras were like,
the cameras were like, stop it. Then the recording was like, no. So our recording stopped, and then the cameras also wanted to stop.
Yeah, they heard enough of our blabber, and they were like, guys, let's cut this shit short.
Still, dude, I do want to get your opinion on that one thing.
Yeah, let's go.
If we can do it.
Let's go.
For our last segment, because we've been talking for a while. This is a long episode, but I always feel like when you have a guest, like it's going to be a long episode.
Yeah, let's do it.
And this won't be the last time. We'll do this often.
We'll have a part deux.
A part deux.
It's deux.
I don't know. I made it up.
Well, do what you think.
So, the last thing I wanted to talk to him about, I wanted to bring in some reality pop culture into this episode a little bit, so you guys aren't only hearing about us and our love story and our self-righteous advice on how to find a love like ours.
Which is fantastic, by the way. We have like great advice. All right. We
do have good advice. But I wanted to ask you about the Cardi B and Offset situation, because I have strong feelings about this. Do you know what happened with Cardi B and Offset? Do you have the gist, the idea?
I think being a football fan, I've heard that is it the Stephon Diggs thing? Like Stephon Diggs.
I didn't even know that there was like a football player enticed in this situation.
So is it the whole like there was a guy that like messed around with Cardi B while she was still with Offset?
No.
While she was 8 months pregnant? No. Okay.
No. Well, yes. Well, when she was pregnant, I don't know at what month. I don't know what trimester, but there was.
Those are the rumors. The rumors is that like he messed around, like he,
Is he hot though? He's hot. He's the sexy one.
I don't know
is
who
the sexy
I don't
one.
know who you have in your mind right now.
I feel like I said, I mean, earlier when we were recording, I said Jalen Hurts because I know Jalen Hurts is hot. I know all the girls were always like, Jalen Hurts, he's so sexy, man. That's my man's. That's my man's.
All right, fuck Jalen Hurts.
Okay,
whatever.
relax.
He's
But also, isn't Stephon Diggs also really one of like the hot ones? Like he's like the NFL hottie.
I wouldn't consider him that, but maybe he's attractive. Sure.
Oh, baby, put that toxic masculinity away, okay? You can compliment men. It's not okay. It's not gay. It's not gay to compliment men.
Stick to my like. I'm dying on that hill. Like, sure.
Okay.
Maybe he is. I don't know. I don't.
So Cardi B and Offset, obviously, like they've been together for a minute.
Yeah.
Cardi B's main thing that she always stressed was like, or that she stressed when this whole thing went down is like, every month that they've been married, he's been stepping out on her.
Yeah, he was doing her dirty. Like,
yeah. And so for me, like I've said so many times before, especially on the internet, I can't stand. There's no bitch I hate more than a bitch of a man that is always like, I want the wife and I want the family and I'm the man of the house. I'm the man of the house. I'm the man of the house. And it's like they put this idea of being the man just because they were labeled a man at birth. Right. They put this idea that they just get all of this respect and they're allowed to do whatever. Right. And they aren't interested in being a husband and a father. They
24/7 hall pass, basically.
Yeah, essentially. They aren't interested in being a husband or a father. They're interested in just like having a wife and having kids. And they don't like, I don't know their arrangement, but often a trope is a lot of the times they want the women to like dumb themselves down and hang out with the kids and handle that while they go do their thing, which Cardi B has said that that's what he wanted. That he wanted her to like not work on her career so much, which is why she hasn't come out with a second album. She hasn't been working on her career. She's been putting out singles and singles and singles, but she's been like focused on being the wife, the family woman, right? Yeah. While he's out doing, I don't know, what fucking hits has he had?
I mean, I don't remember. Yeah.
Period.
Same,
Point blank.
Same. I don't.
And I mean, and we could talk about how, you know, men will have insecurities because she's 10 times more successful than he is. She has 10 times the money that he does, whatever. Okay. But now she goes and gets dicked down while she's pregnant with his baby. And I say, more power to you. Because yeah, I do. I say more power to you. Yeah, okay. Because here's the thing. At that point, she asked you how many times, how about stop disrespecting me? I don't give a shit how much money you provide for your kids. I don't give a shit how many times you see your kids a week, a month, a year. I don't care. I don't care if you live together. If you are consistently showing your kids that, like, I'm going to step out on your mom, I'm going to disrespect your mom, I'm going to cheat on your mom, I'm going to be disloyal to your mom, but then I'm going to demand respect from her purely because I have a sausage in between my legs, you're not a role model to me. I'm sorry. You're not, because you can't call yourself a family man and disrespect the family. Right. So for me, I don't care that Cardi B went out and now he's crashing out because she did one thing. When you've done like 20,000 things, you're going to expect her to just sit back and take it. And everybody's saying Cardi B is a girl from the Bronx. If anybody knows how to get payback, it's a girl from the Bronx.
Listen, I think that whole relationship has been like messy from the beginning, right? Yeah. I think like he's allegedly, like I don't even want to say allegedly, like he's like done her dirty like plenty of times throughout their relationship. I think that if it's true that she fucked around while she got dick down while she was 8 months pregnant, like that's super dirty as well.
I feel like 8 months pregnant is pretty wild.
I think both of them are not playing fair game. Like they're not playing like a good game. Like, are they still together? Like,
they weren't together when that happened. So, like, she hasn't been together with him since, like, before she announced she was pregnant. Like, she announced that they were done.
So she was pregnant with his baby and wasn't together with him?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Like,
she didn't cheat on him. They were not together. They were official. She said, like, before she announced, like, I'm pregnant with my third child, she openly said, she's like, I've been single for a while.
Okay. So, but still having relations with her ex-husband.
She must have had.
Wait, are they divorced? Or are they even married?
They're legally married, but no, they're not legally divorced.
All right. So maybe it was like a separation.
It was a separation
until
for sure.
Like whatever. Listen, I'm not involved in, first of all, like the mainstream gossip and propaganda, if you want to even say so. But yeah, I think that if I'm putting myself in, I can't even say put myself in his shoes because like it's like me, like, oh yeah, I did you dirty this whole time, and then you fuck, but like fucking somebody while you're 8 months pregnant with their
How do you know
their,
she was 8
with their
months?
kid, pregnant in general is just like that's fucking foul. But also like, hey, listen, if she's been
I think that's the best way to
if
get
she's
him
been
back.
played dirty this whole time and like it's fair game.
But
It's fair game to be
let me
honest.
tell you why I think
That's how I
it's
feel.
it's the best way to get him back because of the comment that he wrote on social media when they were airing it all out on Instagram.
Where it was just like, yeah, like I win, you're my baby mom.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
When
like,
he was like, "Don't worry, you'll hit me back up in a few months. I won. You're my baby mom's. I won."
yeah.
That to me was so gross and disgusting because like it's just another example of like he doesn't value the sanctity of being a husband. Like if you're going to be a husband, she's not a baby mother. That is
Also,
your wife. That is the mother of your children. Saying a baby mom's is like a throwaway term. Like that's the mother of your children
yeah.
and the woman that you married. So
Also,
like
also, I think it's like you're playing like dirt with dirt. Like, like I think she won. Like, I'm saying, okay, yeah, you've done this shit to me this whole fucking time. Like, while I've been like a loyal wife, while I've been like just trying to raise your kids, and n- now you trying to do. You want to do some fuck shit? I'll do some fuck shit right here.
right.
And I'm gonna do it with somebody who's known. I'm gonna do it with somebody like while I'm pregnant with your kid.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you like that? That type of shit. Maybe that's like the game. Maybe that's the card that she played. Cardi. It's not good.
But like
It's not good.
let's say like he was your friend.
Okay.
What would you say to your friend if that was your friend? If one of your
Same
friends
shit. Same shit.
if one of your friends was
Uh,
like, "She's my baby mom's, I won." Talking about their baby mother.
a person that would think that would say that and genuinely think that and say something like that, I'm like, what am I gonna say to you? That's I'm not trying to convince you otherwise.
Right, but
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm not trying to convince you otherwise because like you're obviously that's like you're sold on that, and if you you put weight on that, sure. Like, all right, fine. Go ahead, dog. Go ahead. That's what you think about it. That's why then she fucked some other dude when she was 8 months pregnant with your kid.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, you did her dirty for this whole time with having a family of three. You said this is her third.
This is her third child.
So you have a family of two with one expecting, one coming on the way, and like my guy, like what do you think is gonna happen to you? What do you think is gonna happen? You've been fucking around all the type of crazy bitches this whole time, and like recording it and like putting it
Mm-hmm.
and it being public and it being like you're not being suave about it. You just being like
I
you're being messy.
I just like for me it was such a blatant like honest honestly like telling on himself, and then I say themselves because I feel like a lot of men view it that way, where it's like they just that's the exact reason why I always say to women like have your own money. Do not just like fuck anybody. Do not just have babies with anybody. Like I feel like a lot of people like they think having a child is like less of a commitment than marriage. They're both massive commitments. You know what I mean? And to go into both of them and then literally just call her a baby mother, like you're my baby mom, I won.
Yeah, but they both have money and look in the situation that they were in. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
I'm sorry.
No. I think Offset's
What?
broke. I think Offset's broke, and I think in a few years, when he comes to Cardi and starts asking for spousal support, I said this on my last episode. I said, I hope she laughs in his face. Because when was the last hit this man has had? This man has nothing going on.
I'm not a fan of Migos. Like, I don't never.
I'm
You know
not
what
a-
I'm saying? Like,
I'm not a fan of like that
but-
style of like rap, I think for me. I mean, it's just like it's
fine,
I've
but
never been into it.
okay, but we don't know about their financials, right? We don't know.
I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Like,
It's pretty obvious to me.
sure, maybe you know more than me on this. Maybe I'm very ignorant on this.
I just don't know how else
on
he's
this whole
making money.
thing,
Does he have
but,
any
like,
other business ventures? He's not making
Does
a
he?
product. He's not doing
Does he?
anything.
Does he? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what he has.
Cardi B has like other things she's doing.
Maybe he's invested in certain things. I don't know.
He doesn't have a hit. He doesn't have a product. He doesn't have a service. He doesn't have anything. Like Takeoff, like rest in peace. He was the only one he was doing NFTs. He was making so much money off of NFTs and crypto. So like he was like a staple in a lot of the
maybe he has
the
something.
NFT space.
Maybe he has some business in that. Listen, you don't know. Like
I know
he
but
still performs. I know Offset still performs.
in what clubs?
like-
Give him 10 years, he'll be on fucking Love and Hip Hop. J. Cole said it. I believe him. I seriously, I like give him 10 years. I haven't seen the last hit he had was
That line was not for Offset, by the way.
I know it's not for Offset.
That line was not for
But
Offset.
as of right now, I'm grouping him in it. I don't care. He'll be on there the same time Lil Pump is on there. Okay, Lil Pump will go on there. Tekashi 6ix9ine. Oh, off there's Offset.
First of all, do not talk about Tekashi 6ix9ine. Tekashi 6ix9ine is at a pedestal.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. On that note.
I'm fucking around. I'm joking.
Okay.
I'm joking.
These are all rappers.
I'm joking. Listen, I'm from the Mos Def, Big Pun, Mobb Deep, Jay, Nas. What's the most recent? Cole, even Kendrick. I would dare to say. Was recent. I'm M to the death, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not a, you know, modern hip hopper.
I guess just for me, I never understood like why men think like that. I think it's just it's a sad thing.
Machismo is machismo.
It's machismo, but I think it's just a sad thing that men are constantly displaying in the media. For me, I just every example of a man in the media, every time a guy gets together with a young girl in the media, I'm like, he's gonna get her pregnant, and then they're gonna break up.
Yeah.
It literally just happened with Halle Bailey and DDG. DDG is a rapper. I've never heard of stuff. I have no idea what his music sounds like, not a clue. Halle Bailey, at the peak of her career, The Little Mermaid, she was pregnant. Like, he got her pregnant, and now they've been, the baby's a few months old, and they, like, broke up. I'm like, why are all these, I mean, once again, I haven't heard his music, don't know what he sounds like, maybe I would love his stuff, but this girl, everybody knows who this chick is, and these guys everywhere, they see a successful girl, I have to put a baby in her. I have to let me put a baby in her right now for me. And then you have like a family, whatever. 3 months later, everyone's like, I'm out, I'm done. I don't want to do this. We had a fight, cool, whatever. For me, I'm like, that's sad. That's sad to me. It's always like these successful women in entertainment. I could talk about that all day.
Okay. I mean, listen, you're gonna defend women to the death. It could also be like not.
It's just always at the expense of women. That's how it always looks.
That's how you see it, though. That's how you see it.
Yeah,
you
because what is
a
guy losing, a mediocre dude losing by knocking up a really successful girl? What is he losing? He's only gaining, and she's like only losing. She's gonna gain a beautiful child.
Yeah, that's why I think we don't know what's. I mean, you know me. I play the devil's advocate like pretty like avidly, but
he's
like,
an Aries sun.
Um,
he's an Aries sun. He plays the devil's advocate.
I'm a Puerto Rican sun, but
you're Aries. Aries sun. Pisces moon. Pisces rising. I forgot your moon.
It's white, but it's up in the sky. And listen, I don't like to paint things. I don't like to brush a stroke. Is that how you say it? I like to brush a stroke over everything and being like, okay, this is exactly how it is, and this is like it has to be this way. Sure, maybe so, but like, I think it's a two-party system, right? It's a two-party. Like, it's you made the decision, I made the decision. I wanted to keep this baby. Let's have this baby. Yeah. I just don't think that it's just like. It's always the man's fault because he like saw she was gonna be successful and he purposely put a seed in her and like now he's laughing back and being ha 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 ha.
No, I don't think it's that conscious and maniacal, but I think that it is still a part of the lore as to why a lot of men will always go after these really heightened successful women and they don't care at the repercussions. Like, we women, if you really truly believe that we are natural nurturers and we are natural mothers, we are going to cling to the idea
100%.
if a girl like wants to be a mom and if she's financially secure and she's in a good space, it's all yeses across the board. You know what I mean?
And maybe even not. Maybe like not even financially secure and be like, I just like still want to have this baby.
Right. But like a lot of the time, it's sad to me because so many people in the industry, whether we like it or not, I don't think that a child hinders a woman, but people will always look at women that way. Oh, well, she's a mother now. Oh, and she's a single mother. And in the industry, they will think, well, we can't hire her because of this. We can't hire her because of that. And it makes me sad because like they're having a child is a responsibility. So I know that when I have a child, my career and my life is going to look different because you have another human being. I just feel like a lot of the times I'm always noticing like men, like Offset's a great example. He's out, and Cardi B said this, these are not my words. She's like, I'm at home taking care of the kids, and he's out being with this bitch and this bitch and this bitch and this bitch. Like, and Cardi was at the height of her career. Yeah. Offset's never sold a solo single, a solo album. She had the #1 album in the country. Like, so I don't know. That's I guess for me, I always I wonder like why your species is like that.
I wonder why your species always puts the blame on the guy. I wonder why it's always just like it's not a
don't
us.
get machismo
It's
on me
not
now.
it's not an us thing. It's a you thing.
But that's what but that's proving my point though, babe. It is an us thing, but a lot of the times it doesn't.
But you're not seeing it that way. You're seeing it as like it's the man who's blatantly and
because it's always the man who's cheating on her. It's always the man who's cheating on the girl.
But the way this conversation started was like, did you hear when Cardi B cheated on Offset?
And she cheated on Offset
because of what he did.
But no, they weren't cheating.
Right.
They weren't. She wasn't cheating. They were not together.
So you think what she did was okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I think what she did was fine.
Fucking a guy while she was pregnant. That's okay.
Yes. Why should her body be reserved to a man that she's no longer with?
Because she's pregnant with that person's seed.
Okay.
You don't think that? Let's say Offset didn't cheat on her. And this is hypotheticals. Let's say Offset didn't cheat on her.
Okay.
And they decided to like, they were pregnant, and they decided to like have a break for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
Personal reasons. And then she did that. Would that have been okay? Still?
I would have thought it was weird then. I would have been like, damn.
No. Would have been okay.
It would have been fine.
No, fuck no. That's not right.
No,
that's not right.
Why?
What do you mean why? You're pregnant with somebody else's kid. Like, I'm not defending Offset on this situation. Don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is just
you are playing devil's advocate.
I am playing devil's advocate. I am. But what I'm saying, I'm just saying I'm playing hypotheticals over here because you're saying like, oh, she didn't do anything wrong. She's fine. They weren't together. She was pregnant. So what? 8 months, 7 months, 6 months, no matter what. She can do whatever she wants. Okay. But are they back together now?
No.
Okay. Then like that's fine. But I don't think that what she did was right. I don't think that's right. Especially with somebody who's known. By the way,
how do you know it's that's speculation? By the way,
those are the rumors. This is just rumors. By the way, Stephon Diggs was a player for the Buffalo Bills and now playing for the Houston Texans, wide receiver. Mm-hmm. Okay, well known, very well known, and those are the rumors. But yeah, again, I just don't think that's right from either party. But that's just me. I'm a little old school in that department.
Okay. And well, sure. I'm sure maybe it might not be something that I would do. But I would also say that after you've like literally embarrassed this woman
I agree with
in
that.
public so many times, I do believe in a little bit of revenge. I am like a revengeful person. Like I
think that she 100% did that out of revenge.
And I think that's fine. I think like So she's supposed to stay home for 9 months and grow your child?
I mean, she did that. She did that twice already, right?
Yeah, but the other 2 times they were together. And now she's single. So you get to go out and be a bachelor and live your post-marriage life, even though it's the same as when you were married. But now it's a little bit more acceptable.
But they're not divorced. They're still married.
But you're still separated, so it's still more acceptable. So you get to go out and live your bachelor life. And I have to sit at home and sacrifice my body to grow your child.
Yeah, but she used her body in order to spite him, in order to give revenge on him.
And that's her choice to do that. The same way that it was his choice to violate his wife time and time and time and time and time and time and time again.
Right.
So I don't think it's an issue. I really don't. I don't, and I think that that's fine. I do.
Okay.
And I think if this is what hurts him, then unfortunately, some people it doesn't matter how many times you tell them, hey, this hurts me. Hey, if you loved me, you wouldn't do this. Hey, I'm your wife. Hey, I have your kids. Hey, none of that matters to him, but shame did. So unfortunately, that's what worked. And then he's like crashing out on the internet. And the greatest part about this entire thing was when she uploaded the receipts on her phone. And she was like, I'm going to be checking on you in a few months. What's this? And it was like recent text messages of him up her asshole. And she was like, I'm good. And he was like, no, can I call you and jerk off while I
Oh, yeah. He was like, what you talk? Can I jerk off while you're talking on the phone and stuff like that? Yeah, that's him. Messy.
Messy, messy, messy.
Just like the football player.
Okay, let's see if we have any closing arguments. Anything you want to argue about?
No.
No?
No, we do that in private, babe.
No internet arguments?
What do you want to argue about?
I'm just kidding, baby. Is there anything you want to say to everybody before we go?
I'll see you on the next one. It's been fun. I think.
I feel like we are gonna do a part 2 because this was good.
I think we should.
This was a long one. So if you're doing a morning walk or something.
Yeah, every once in a while, we should do this. Why not?
You gonna be my co-host?
Oh shit! Here we go. Let's do this. No, I think. Listen, I think that we never run short out of things to talk about. Mm-hmm. So whenever you feel that way, just just call me over. I'm just literally right next door. Not even next door. I'm
Are you giving me a Kim Possible moment? Call me, beat Kim me Possible. If you want to reach me.
Yeah. No, just it's fun. It's fun. Hopefully everybody likes this.
I feel like
I had fun.
Yeah, I feel like we got a good little.
I had fun.
A lot of little clippy moments.
Can I hold the mic like this next time?
No, because nobody's gonna hear you with your thumb over that. I never understood why. No.
It's like this, baby. Because that's because you don't know, baby. That's because you don't know how to hold it, bro.
Don't.
Yo.
No.
Yo.
No.
Yo.
The way you're holding your microphone right now is giving me the ick. We should have talked about the ick this episode.
Where's my camera at?
Don't worry, I'm not manually switching the cameras.
Yo. Just letting you know. Yo, this is Diana Badea's Coffee Talk. All right. Tune in next time. Tune in next time for episode 2. Episode 2 for, yours truly. Let's go Giants.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry. Oh my God. Mama, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I love you so much.
Okay, yeah, give us a little closing statement.
I love you so much. Guys, stay true to yourself. And always remember, the pillow is always cooler on the other side. Right? Right?
Yeah,
right?
Baby. Yeah.
Right.
This is a good one.
Remember, mise en place is important.
Okay.
And rather to be looking at it than looking for it.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Don't hurt. This has been fun. I loved doing this with you, babe. This was actually really enticing. I feel like we had a lot of good conversation.
Nah, this is great. This is good. It was good.
So I hope everybody.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, I need to do guests more often. Sometimes I get like a little exhausted just talking about myself the whole time.
No. Listen, I think you do great, babe. You do great. Like
He's been very supportive. Always get a partner that's very supportive of you. I feel like the camera is on you like 10 times longer than it's on me. So, everybody, I hope you had a great sip of your coffee, great sip of your tea, or a martini, a cocktail like we. Wow.
oh, bars.
Bars.
Ba-
Bars.
ba- ba-
Bars.
Balls.
Bars.
Balls.
And we love you. And see, like it switches back so mad fast.
Thank you.
I feel like the camera doesn't even like me.
It's the Giants, baby. It's the Giants. Know what I'm saying?
Giants.
Hey, go puta. Yeah, let's continue. No, it's the last time you guys see me on this.
Yeah, blue and red make purple.
All right.
So, we love you, and
See you on the next time.
see you next time. Cheers.
Bye.